in the tournament, but it turns it's definitely much difficult to have a hunter. And both of these guys, I believe they both had faced Zephyr, as we just saw, certainly does. And that's the first deck we're seeing from her right now. And that
Alright, there
Hungry
we
Crab,
go.
I have a feeling it hasn't eaten a single Murloc at all this tournament.
Agreed. I think it's probably feeling very malnourished right now. Alright, just setting up these overlays, gang. Alright, so they're just straight into it, aren't they?
Already we're seeing a Divine Spirit from Zephyr and House Steambot, but we have no good answer to the Stomach Gastropod, which currently is going to eat up the entire. It's going to eat that Northshire Clerk, and it's going to eat that House Steambot.
Yeah.
Very good addition by Blitz.
How do you feel about Zeph starting with the priest after it was such a strong finisher?
Well, Ed Zephyr should know all three of Blitz's decks, and I think that it would have been wise to look for the mirror match, because I think that Power Steambot is really good in the mirror matchup. I don't think it's the best idea to throw it out of the start when it's 1-3 what Blitz is playing.
Yeah, very
And we
true.
do have both Divine Spirits from the side of Rated Zephyr. So we could be looking at a very fast win, potentially turn 6 even, depending on what ends up happening and what the draws are.
Yeah.
There it is, 35. So now we're seeing the Master Spell, removing the
Nice.
taunts and the poisons from that Gastropod.
Feels good.
The question is, because we can assume that the Steambot will be played next turn, will Blitz play safely? Will he play around for potential full combo and use the Glacial Shards?
To keep it locked down. Oh. 9
With
health.
drawing the second Innifier, we can now see the Innifier both before and after the Divine Spirits get played. So this will likely be an 11-11
Right.
with Powered Shield and the Innifier playing on it.
Okay. Kill command. Doesn't even think twice about that, just gets it out there.
Very much lethal. Kill command, 5 burst damage, all he needed.
Oh. Boom, so Blitz taking a very, very...
It's very aggressive. That Gastropod taking out the Northshire was very big in this game.
Yeah, definitely.
Completely annihilated the left boards and very quick 1-0 lead.
Oh yeah. So if you're Zeph, what are you thinking now? Like obviously, probably would you stick to the priest because you know that well the hunter is probably the most aggressive. Oh no, that mage is quite
That mage is also very aggressive. I don't think I think the only way that the priest was going to win was against the other priest.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Now, the wildcard in the form of the Divine Spirit in the fire deck has been effectively thrown away. It was eaten up by the hunter. Not
Yeah.
even close, really.
Big time.
With the Glacial Shards in hand, there was no way that Zephyr's getting a win out of nowhere with his Unpowered Steambot.
Unlucky. Can't win them all, I guess. So just waiting for the players to load into the next game, which I'm sure is going to happen any minute now. If you're just tuning in, this is Pauper Tournament. So these decks are only allowed to run a maximum of 2 epics, 4 rares, and 0 legendaries. So we've seen some really creative decks come out of it. And as you can witness now, we've also seen a lot of aggro too. So let's get into it. Okay, I don't think we've seen Zephyr's mage yet, have we?
You asked for it.
This is correct. For third deck is indeed mage alongside the pickpocket rogue and the priest, which have just been lost.
Mm-hmm.
This should, in theory, be a very good matchup for the mage because the warlock's going to be hurting himself,
Yeah.
making it even easier to burn him down with fireballs and whatnot.
Yeah, doing some of the work for them. I'm just trying to have a look at the
And
starting
we've
hand.
seen Blitz's walk fall as well. He runs probably most notably the Boisterous Bards in that deck.
Yes.
With a strange card, but it might be useful against the mage with the random arcane missiles being absorbed.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Perfect curve correct from A to Zephyr, 1 through 4 already set.
Beautiful.
Also a pretty good curve coming from Alpha Blitz with Flaming Panzer.
True that.
All in all, this is definitely better for Blitz, since that Mana Worm is almost useless without the Fire Blast.
Mm-hmm.
And also after the Flame Imp, the tempo is to be given over to Blitz completely, basically skipping turn 2.
The light protects me.
Okay.
Shifting Scroll. I guess similar to the road deck, that's a way of getting around the deck restraints.
Yes, that is. Putting a lot of faith in RNG there.
I'm fairly sure that the average random card will be better than the average common card you'd be able to put on your deck.
That's
Lots
very
of
true.
very powerful mage spells, such as that Blizzard, which we already know.
Yes.
One copy of it's being ran by Age of Zephyr. More
That's right.
copies of that would be pretty nice to get.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now, 5 Room Phoenix.
Just
Gonna kill that Direwolf, get the boards somewhat back into control of Age of Zephyr.
What to do? What to do?
And already we're seeing the ticking time bomb being that Sea Giants.
getting ever
If
so
ever Blitz
closer.
manages to keep a board alive, then the Sea Giant Punch is going to be there.
Could you use the explosive?
Explosive
here?
Wounds is a very good transformation from the Shifting Scroll. I think definitely should be played right now by Ada Zephyr.
Definitely.
And also use the Flame Geyser to kill that pesky Flame Imp while at it.
Yes. Hovering. What do you think's going through Zeph's mind? Just, we were
The
pretty
alternative
confident.
to playing the Explosive Wounds is simply hero powering Kobold Obey and getting the value out of their hero power. But I think definitely Explosive Wounds is the option. Punish that Sea Giant when it is played. Blizzard's there to clean it up. Now if there is indeed Sea Giant that gets played with Stone, that's a
Yeah.
huge swing towards Eda's Zephyr. However, if the Glacial Shard can absorb that Explosive Wound,
Oh, and he goes for
which
it.
it looks like is going to happen,
Oh.
it's got to be
Well
completely nullified. There it is.
Well done.
Protecting the Sea Giant. Not able to play it unless the coin is used, which of course it will be. But
Nice.
so much better than the alternative of just playing Sea Giant.
Yeah, definitely.
On the bright side, Cold Wave can now be used to draw cards because Azeph's own minion is frozen.
Yeah, true that. Holds off on it though.
Yep, needs to freeze that Sea Giant before it does too much face damage. We'll be able to draw this turn with a Cold Wave.
Just goes and silences his
Spell
own
that can be
giant.
used very aggressively. Not as if there was going to be a better option to silence.
True that. Blitz is definitely out for blood right now.
Glacial Shard will be drawn. There seems to be some sort of freeze elemental mage for Synchromated Zephyr, not for standard burn mage, which would have, I think, have been much better against the Warlock.
Definitely. Do you think... Oh no. I was like, oh, do you think he pings it? No. We don't ping it ourselves. We have no mana.
Very good draw from Blitz. The Despicable Dreadlord's going to be able to clean up this board for May Zephyr
Ooh.
and still leave Spellback to go face.
Ouch.
In fact, he can go face with all of them. It makes very little difference once all the trades are done. Might as well get that extra free damage in.
Right. Oh. Is that enough to... Well, it would just save it for one turn, but...
No, that was not... That would indeed be enough, but... does not answer the problem that is a very big board from Blitz.
Mm-hmm. Just staving off death, really.
Exactly.
What to do?
So... We see a lot of... I don't know, there was I guess a lot of calculation going on just then on how to handle this.
Just trying to think of a way to reduce the most damage, I imagine. Gonna use the combination of the Fire Flame Phoenix and the Hero Power to kill the Sea Giant.
Nice.
Then I imagine the Vulgar Homunculus is gonna be killed by the Cold Wave, taking the value trade over the
Yeah.
tempo trade of King of the Time Creeper. Now on the turn we're seeing the Glacial Shard, and I think that Despicable Dreadlord, even though frozen, is going to be able to have so much ball control that
Yeah,
Luke is just going to win.
definitely.
See that now, Shooting Skull
Skull,
will
useless
not be
this
enough. Well, not completely dead yet.
It's pretty close. Pretty close.
Very close, going to go down to 3 health. With just a Shifting Skull in hand.
What RNG goodness could save Zephyr?
Only thing would be Flame Strike I can think of. That'd be the only thing they would be able to clear the board, and even still, you playing against top decking versus Warlock, always
Yeah.
bad, 2 counts versus 1 a turn.
Yeah, definitely. Just
So,
too far behind.
Even in the best case scenario, it's not going to be very good.
So many possibilities.
Do you think Blitz should tap here? Or just keep
Very
playing
much
it?
so. There's no risk of dying at 11 health versus what we have from Lady Zephyr. Already seen the Frostbolt being played. Harblast's not enough. 2 of the Blizzards coming out, which again prolongs the inevitable at this point.
What did we get? Breath of Cindergosa, which is not
I
gonna help.
don't think that can be used here, even though it would be good value. It has to get saved to get the extra freeze value on the next turn. But of course, at that point, it's a new spell.
Yep.
The Knife Joker is found by Blitz, so one more minion and he will win.
Just
Right now
for
he can
Knife
go down
Joker.
to 1 health, but I don't think he should play anything. He should try and hide it, not play into potential AoE from a shifting scroll.
Yeah,
So many possibilities.
good thoughts.
Because next turn he's definitely going to draw another minion, which would be lethal.
Yeah. I like it. And that's the way he goes as well.
Frozen Clone and Blazeclaw are not enough, that is very much lethal.
That is... Oh,
Doesn't matter what ADF does, it's all just mind games of Secret at this point, but there's no way in that Blitz doesn't win next turn, no matter what Secret that is.
yeah.
To do.
In these kind of matchups like this, do you see any value to... Oh, there we go. And Zeph goes in with the concede. So it's now 2-1. Just
2-0.
Sorry, 2-0. Yep, my bad. Holding on to stuff and just conceding maybe a little bit early, just so, you know, to keep a few of your cards up your sleeve.
I don't think so. It's the last time this deck's gonna get played, probably. With it also
Yeah.
both of them being played on stream, they both know what the other one's playing.
Yeah. True that. All right, so we're loading in. So Blitz is on match point right now.
So now we have Ace's Effers, I guess he called it FIFO
Yeah.
versus
what I'd go
Blitz's
with.
Mage, and I'm very scared for Zephyr.
Definitely. We've seen how
Especially with that
aggressive...
starting hand from Blitz. He's probably not going to change anything.
Oh, the dream.
All what's missing from that hand is a mirror entity and arcane missiles, and then that's enough to get another salt fed on Reddit.
Alright, so, oh, and there's the arcane missiles.
There's the arcane missiles. All that's missing now a mirror entity to block the weapon from killing it.
Definitely, is there ever a world where you backstab and hero power this turn to just get rid of that mirror, that worm? Which is what Steph's
The
gonna do.
only thing would be if you're afraid of mirror entity. And that is for players made, and I guess it's correct because you still have a weapon around, so you can daily poison it to kill the source of the opponent's next turn. But of course that's only getting 1 charge from the deadly poison, but that should be fine here, it's already killed for mana 1.
That's true.
The downside, what we're seeing now though, is that Marstroke will not be able to be played on 3 if this happens, because the weapon charge has already been used.
Mm-hmm. Decisions.
I wonder.
Is there any other way that you could consider going with this hand? Or you just get too badly punished leaving that sorcerer up?
Think.
Sorry about the radio silence. I have a random little visitor.
Think.
Okay, so we've got the mirror entity here.
I hope you like my invention. I hope you like my invention.
Okay. I'm definitely not muted anymore. Brilliant. At the start of this game, I thought maybe Zeph would be on a lot lower than 26 by this point. How about you? Okay, I think maybe coffee.
We have many secrets.
Hello, team. Come back, coffee.
I'm here.
Yay!
Don't know how long I've been muted for.
Oh, I don't know either because I was muted for a time as well because I had small people come in here. Sorry about that, stream. We are still alive, we promise. We're just so enthralled by the game. Speaking of, who's your money on at this point in time?
Well, right now it looks like that Blitz is running out of steam. Only has the Fireball and the Frost Nova left over. I think Zephyr can stabilize from here with the elemental to draw the rest of her minions. Pickpocket's also a very good draw, being able to steal 3 things relatively safely. There's not much of a threat on the board.
Is that Meteor a no-brainer, or do you go the Primordial?
I can't actually see the selection options right now.
Okay, so we've got Mirror Image, Meteor, and we had Glyph, but Zeph has gone with Meteor.
Meteor has very much been played. And I think that makes sense, given that Mirror Image probably won't get too much against this mage deck.
Does he get? Primordial Glyph just really wants to be picked, doesn't it? And that's what Blitz goes with as well. Obviously
Going for the reroll, not like you have 2 options.
Mm-hmm. We've got Vaporize here. Is there any value in that? Or is, I don't know, I'm never going to try and say that word, Simulacrum. I'm being informed by Zeph that this deck is called RNG Rogue. And I am very much in love with it right now. Blitz goes with the Vaporize, which... I guess it was the best of an okay bunch.
There's always a chance to get something good and if it gets stolen by something like a pickpocket. There's not any particularly small minions in HSF's deck that we've seen so far, so it's always going to get something valuable.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it won't be triggered this turn anyhow.
Swiftly.
Nice bit of lifesteal on the weapon. But then we're going to see the oh no.
So we know that this can't be the Spellbenders, we've always seen the Primordial Glyphs come out before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not too many options for this secret. Obviously, now that we have explosive wounds, Zephyr probably going to be somewhat confused as to what it will be.
Back to those mind
Testing
games.
for counterspell, I guess, with the pickpockets, but looks like I'm
Oh,
going to play the Shimmering Tempest,
shimmering,
which would
yeah.
take 5 damage from the Explosive Wound.
Would... Oh, I don't know.
And now going for full value by the looks of it with the pickpocket.
Oh,
Alnef is a very interesting draw, as though you can actually
yeah.
control the Alnef by using your heal power to destroy it when
When you're
you want
done.
to. Yep, when you don't want to draw anymore, you can just destroy it.
And gets a glyph as well. Ah. So much RNG goodness. Nice choice with the what to sacrifice to the vaporize there, the one with the least amount of health.
Yep, Blink Fox definitely the worst of the bunch there. 3-2 instead of a 3-3 and not being able to grow. The thing I'm interested now in is how, when, if at all, will we see the Alnef get played by Ace Zephyr? Because there is still the risk of overdrawing, if not
Yeah,
fatiguing.
that's what I was about to say. I wouldn't personally play it now.
I think that although it's Ace Zephyr really needs to do right now is keep playing those stolen cards, keep the Spectral Dagger alive.
Mm-hmm.
And right now Blitz, just with 2 Frost Novas in his hand, not able to do too much. That Deadly Poison might
Oh,
just win this game for Ada Zephyr.
yeah.
4 health return now instead of 2. Gonna be very hard to burn down with
Yeah.
just top decks. If not, far impossible to just top deck your way to this. Power Blast won't do it. Fireball won't do it. Nothing that no one card can do this, and that's
No.
not even a good card.
We have many
Not at all.
All that's left is stall for time with the Frosto, but that's just more time for Ada's effort to heal up.
That's right.
Another pickpocket to try and get even more value if wanted, but just go to Meteor.
Bit of overkill there.
Don't want to take the extra full damage. Could potentially into some Power Blast lose shenanigans.
That's true.
And Zephyr just wants to avoid any chance of losing this game and
right.
secure the
Get the victory.
secure the victory.
Someday I'll be just like you.
So that fire plume. That is. This is
That
the
will be
win now.
enough.
Yep.
That's lethal. And we'll be going to game number 4.
Excellent. There we go. And Blitz with the concede. Well, I am definitely sold on that rogue deck. Sad we
Seems to be pretty good as a way to get around the deck restrictions.
Yeah, definitely. I love a good amount of
So
RNG.
Blitz has the choice of bringing his Hunter or his Warlock to go against the Thief Rogue. I imagine that Hunter's going to be the better option to go with first, but of course, just like before, it doesn't actually matter since
I don't think
he
Blitz
knows
has
what's
a
in the
choice.
deck
Blitz
and
has
going
only
to
got the
win
one
both
deck.
anyway.
Blitz has only got the one deck left. He's on match point. Major.
Right.
You asked for it.
Zeph is going to actually choose to bring the Mage.
Which mage is going to be better? I feel like Blitz's is probably a bit stronger.
I think that Blitz is stronger. Just a more, I guess it's more meta.
Yeah.
Just a stronger deck in general than what seems to be some sort of freeze elemental mage from Edizephyr.
Yeah. Which probably would go okay against, I don't know, minion heavy decks perhaps, but we know that Blitz's is all about burning your
All
face
about
off.
the burn of the spells.
Someday I'll be just like you.
And that Mana Worm is going to already start to get out of control. ADSF has no removal for it, so it's just going to be protected behind from their entity.
Yep. Did you go Cinderstorm? I'd go Cinderstorm.
Yep, Shifting Skull and Vaporize, not particularly good options. Thunderstorm Carver normally gets around the deck, but obviously can't be. There's not enough room for it in this format.
Correct.
Easily killing the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Really, Tar Creeper is about it, really, isn't it?
We'll be able to handle one. Probably just going to result in a trade. This can, of course, try and draw for a solution. Fireball would be the best one. Doesn't quite manage to get it.
Just trying to think about the best way. I don't know, if it were me and I was Blitz, which we all know is not the thing, it's just explosive runes. Fuzzy forgot to end turn.
Time runs out on me.
Yep. He's just thinking about whether he wants to attack or not. So question.
Yep.
Do you want to make the trade, or do you want to try and hold off an answer on the downside of as if might have a better answer? Top deck's the Frostbolt, the perfect answer to Mana Worm.
Brilliant.
Immediate punish for the non-trade there by Blitz. And he's not going to be too happy with that.
No, not at all. Okay. So, Blitz still has plenty of options, I guess. Hovering that Sorcerer's Apprentice there. Coming into, it doesn't have to really worry about that Servant of Kalamos since no elementals were played that time.
There was an elemental played last turn for Tar Creeper, but of course the Frostbolt's much better play
better,
for
yeah.
going for the Discover value. So it's playing the Explosive Runes this time. His best catch right now would be Servant of Kalamos. Looks like ADF is considering using Snap Freeze to get counter off Cold Wave.
It's not so
Not knowing
bad.
those Explosive Runes, I think would definitely be a worse play than the Tower Creeper, but of course we know that there is an Explosive Rune, so both the Cold Wave and the Tower Creeper are gonna die.
Okay, goes.
Goes for Tower Creeper, gets
Yeah.
eaten by Explosive Runes.
And I was going to say, is it safe to say that they're the only elementals in deck? But I forgot about the little flame things.
Flame Elementals would be gonna
Yeah.
be a pretty good way of activating it.
Yeah, them ones. Just gotta shut that door. I'll be 2 seconds.
Of course, for Tower Elemental, Tower Creeper, 2 elementals already used. But we know if this deck also runs the 5-3 mix. That'd be another way of activating it.
An incredible discovery!
Blitz getting a reload. Could those arcane missiles have been a bit better, or was that about as good as he could hope for? I thought he would have went the explosives actually, but
Flame guys coming out. Removal and the flame elemental for the Camus next turn. Does mean that he has to give up his fireball from the shifting scroll though.
yes, that's true. All right. If I was Blitz,
It's not looking good. It's lost the ball control. Lots of cards and Blitz's hand are good at stop preventing in the first place his explosive wounds and his varieties. But it's already too late for those to have an
What
impact.
to do?
yeah.
To do.
Wow. I guess we weren't thinking it would go this way, huh?
No, I thought it was going to be a complete beatdown.
Runs out on me.
But that frostbolt onto the mana one was probably the game changer.
Yeah, for sure.
Blitz going to be kicking himself after that one.
Yeah, definitely. There's a flame strike.
Definitely still its count muster turn though. Get that discover value.
Definitely. What are we gonna see? Just Pyros just because.
Yep, Palace is a pretty good one. Also, would be able to activate for Steam Surge if that was going to be the choice. But Palace just offers the value.
Yeah.
That is legendary, can't be get by Blitz. And ultimately, unless there's a polymorph in that deck we haven't seen yet, there's no good answer to the Pyros.
Yeah, I don't think polymorphs are
The
Blitz's
best
style.
thing that can happen is try and steal with a mirror entity.
I think. I'm thinking that no matter what Blitz does this turn, we'll probably see the flame strike thrown down, huh?
What to do?
Yes, completely secures the board for Edisepha, gonna be able to put lots of face damage on.
Blitz has got to feel bad using one of his fireballs this way too.
Time runs out on me.
Yep, things are definitely not looking good for him. I'm thinking we're gonna be going to game number 5. Which would be the Mage versus the Divine Spirit Priest.
Yes.
Another secret from Blitz for the entity. Probably not going to get Pyrus of that one though.
Yeah. Oh, the temptation to just throw deck
I
of
would love to
wonders.
see Skull of Wonders get played right now, but I
Yes.
don't think that's going to happen.
Oh no, not when Blitz is sitting on match point, I don't think.
Too risky. Too risky for match point in the grand final.
Definitely. Maybe next game it can be a helm. Oh no, we won't see the mage.
We won't see the Mage next game if we get to that
Oh,
point.
that's right, yes.
Maybe Blitz will get one somehow.
Oh.
I wonder.
Maybe he'll primordial Griff as a deck at wonders. And maybe it will win him the game.
Maybe. You can only hope. Though I think it's quite interesting in this particular matchup. We've got RNG versus Burn. Pretty much.
The balance between the going for the consistency and for the random element.
Didn't think Random Element would get this far, but... Because keeping in mind, Zephyr's actually had to play one set extra as well to get here because Blitz did have the bye. Alright, so... Goodbye, Deck of Wonders.
It might come
Explosive?
back.
Yep, yeah, true.
Mind if I roll me?
We do have a Frost Nova coming out.
Yeah,
That's a very interesting card from Shifting Scroll. I imagine there's nowhere near enough secrets to make that worthwhile, though.
no, definitely not. Can you talk us through why? So last turn I would have explosive runes to hoping to get to ping off the Pyros, but that's not the way Blitz went. Is it because of what Zeph just did, playing around it and killing off their own Pyros?
Explosive runes would have been too slow.
Ah,
Adizef would have been able to get a lot of face damage off. We'll be able to get another 9 damage on the face, going down to 7. Not what you want to do versus a mage.
yeah, definitely.
Then
of
lethal
course.
of almost all of the mage spells. Got to try and lessen damage somehow, and that means the Pyros got get through.
Yeah.
Of course, in the end, explosive runes won't have got value since the minion was played.
Yeah, true that. And this is why Blitz is in the grand final, folks.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Nice to meet you.
Saving off a bit more of that damage there. Pairing the Archaeologist with the explosive runes. He doesn't have a ton left though.
No draw from the Archaeologist. Already burned through all 4 of the secrets. 2 of them in play, 1's still in the hand.
Is this the time? Is now the time to use the scroll, the shifting scroll? What's that, Frost Nova? Or do you just keep holding on for it, hoping for like?
Frost Nova's not particularly good here. There's enough removal between the hero power of a Frostbolt and the 5-point Phoenix.
True.
Can go for something even better. And that's what we're seeing. 5-point Phoenix probably going to be used on the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
So we have are we dealing with an explosive here? Yeah. Explosive and mirror.
Not 100% sure whether the fact is a second secret's now in play.
What to do? What to do?
Going face.
That's interesting, going for the face. Don't think that's correct. Should keep going for the ball control, I think.
Yeah, that's.
No, going for all in with a Frost Nova to try and knock
Okay.
down
Just keep that
Blitz's
stuff.
side.
I guess next turn can flame
This is
strike.
within lethal range if there's no answer. But Primordial Glyph can easily find an answer.
Ah, yes.
None of those are really answers though. No secrets in the Glacial Mystery stack.
No.
Best that we hope for is a Vaporize.
Yeah.
Which means looking
God.
very good for Aether's Zephyr. Because a Flame Strike is coming next turn.
Well, doesn't A to Z if Blitz doesn't pick Vaporize, isn't that lethal? Like just attacking with the minions plus hero power, because isn't Blitz on 8? I can't see because the
Yep, Blitz is currently on 8, but Breath of Centriosa will be enough.
yeah, to stop them, of course.
I won.
But Vaporize is definitely just a better option in that case. Either way, there's a Flame Strike coming this turn.
Yeah.
And
Runs out on me.
almost no matter what secrets those are, that'll be a win for Eddie Zephyr, but here comes the Flame Strike. Blitz will not be very happy with this.
No.
Nice to meet you.
Just getting that extra body on the board, I guess, to...
Nice to meet
Nice.
you.
Beautiful. Well played indeed. And yeah, Kieran to a mage.
Played.
Here's a
GG.
mage, not enough. We're going to
No.
game 5.
You. Their little
Tempo
ping in the
mage,
face.
first team bot, divine spirit priest. Will the RNG fail? Is the question.
Oh, what a way to. What a great ending match. Well, what a great series. Every game we've streamed has gone out to 5, which I'm sure you, currently sitting at 1:33 a.m., are probably not so thrilled about right now, Coffee.
No, this is going. I'm not excited for it to go quite this long, but it is
Neither
what
did
it
I.
is. We're casting some Hearthstone. Who knows how? Who knows
That's
how it's
right.
actually gonna go?
Yes. All right.
Only
So
one more game.
that's right.
You
Yeah.
asked for it.
Nearly at the finishing line, which is what both our players will be thinking right now, going into the deciding match for the who will walk away as champion of the Saturday Showdown number 2 Pauper edition. So if you're still around in chat, throw your predictions in. Let's see who you're behind, who you think has. Who do you believe in? Is RNG got this, or will Burn prove to be too strong? And now we have to wait 3 minutes for the delay to catch up to actually see the answer to those questions.
Very, very good hand from A to F. Not so much from Blitz. That's never his turn 1 play. North Shore's gonna get onto the board. But no, going for the
Oh.
Rain Elemental with a powered shield completely prevents Sources of Apprentice from coming up next turn.
Nicely done.
Shut down all of Blitz's attempt to aggro with that single play.
Now, so if this was ladder and we had priest versus mage, would I be right in saying that probably the mage would be favoured?
If this was ladder, it would most likely be the very frustrating, I guess you call it, the quest fatigue priest that we'll be seeing.
Yep. Yeah, yep.
And that deck is very good versus the mage. And Mara,
Right.
you can quite easily get out in time. 40 health.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
very hard for this mage deck to go against.
Sorry if you guys can hear the noise in the background. Disco is having some kind of fight night in the lounge room. Fighting games, I mean, not an actual fight night. Ooh. Now that protects that from fireball as well, huh? Oh. Oh. How is Blitz feeling right now, do you think?
I think Blitz is very, very annoyed right now. After all this, he's going to lose to the meme Divine Spirit in the Fire Priest.
Oh, that is, yeah, salt in the wounds for sure.
He got
So-
here by going against a Spiteful Priest,
I wonder.
who 3 times in a row was not able to do it. And now it goes against the meme priest who was able to do it.
By basically turn 5.
Probably
if left
absolutely
unchecked.
gutted that he's not going to, at this point, have seen that he's going to get the legendary prize of 2 packs.
I know. Just so unlucky missing out on that. You know, that could be 2 legendaries right there. You just never know. Could be the greatest prize in the world. I kid.
Not
I'm
sure.
stingy. I'm sorry.
Supposed to win, getting tanked by Vacrite. Red Elemental going face again. Just gonna have to be a Frost Nova from
Yeah.
Blitz all this end of game.
For sure. But then it's just kind of delaying the inevitable, isn't it? Like, I suppose Frost Nova this turn and then next turn can what? Fireball, throw the Kirin Tor
Could
into
somehow
it?
discover Vaporize, I guess. But I doubt Zephyr will just walk into that.
Yeah. Oh, chat's catching up here. Blister Guy's throwing his money behind Zeph,
Mind if I roll knee?
which, and what we can see now is a pretty safe bet.
Well, at the point where streams that's a pretty safe bet as well. That's turn 1, 2, 5. Shut down everything that let's hand to that point. We do have a false serve coming out. There is of course another one.
That's
so
right.
one more turn to try and look for an answer.
What is Elune's will?
If it was me, I'd probably put down the unpowered thing. Why not? I mean, Zeph doesn't know that there has another Frostbolt in hand necessarily, but probably a good chance that there's a
Might as
fireball.
well, just in case.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it'll help to protect the Radiant Elemental. Now we have
Is that
Primordial Lift coming out.
glyph? Yeah.
Might be able to get Polymorph off that.
So now who's at the mercy of RNG?
Going for the Frost Nova before the Glyph, I think that's a bit of a mistake. Should be looking for the Glyph first. Can still find
Yeah.
Polymorph.
For sure. Not even going to go the glyph at all by the looks of this.
Gonna
Just
go for the better entity. I guess he wants to try and get a bit more tempo. Things doesn't matter whether it's this or next turn. Rain Elemental still gonna get polymorphed. And the best thing I think Raise after right now is nothing. Don't try and do anything that could potentially get countered by secrets.
Yes.
Just like forcing the trap in the dungeon, you just gotta do nothing and they can do nothing back to you. All I'd really do is heal the Steam Boss and pass.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Not the best card. Eh.
Of course, we do know that Blitz will be able to answer. In fact, he will be able to get through the Steam Bot, and using the Fireball will be able to kill the Radiant Elemental, but that's
Yep.
regardless of whatever ADF does to them. Town Creeper would just get explosive wounds.
Yeah. That's true. Explosive
We have to
wounds,
play
isn't it?
double creep in order to prevent that from
Oh.
happening, and even still, top deck's Frostbolt wouldn't have mattered. This Radiant Elemental's not enough. ADF will have to look for another way to deal the final 8 points of
through.
damage. This game is not over yet.
No. Just when you thought you were free.
Feel like we've had this in every game 5 as well. It's always been looking like one person was well ahead, now it seems to be turning around.
Yep. It is definitely the
I'm
theme
gonna
of
be
the night.
sleep. I'm gonna be chained here into my little chair until 2 in the morning.
Oh.
Luckily, it's a long weekend here in New Zealand, so not too
Yes.
worried about it.
Well, it's a long weekend here in WA as well, but not for the rest of the country. Go figure.
Not for the rest of the country, so it's not for Queen's birthday.
No, ours is WA Day. Apparently.
I have no idea what that is, but I guess
Well,
it's a holiday for you.
It's. I think they just made up a holiday, so our calendar matched everywhere else. I don't know.
An incredible discovery.
Okay.
Things are very much turning around. This deck from NFF does not actually run any direct damage,
No.
so a mirror entity might be enough to win the game.
Definitely, because no spells to really trigger that wild pyro either. Would it be? Oh, I was thinking would Tortola be better to play now, knowing that it's probably explosive.
What
Just instantly
is
get that buff
Elune's
on
will?
something.
Oh, it isn't explosive, it is indeed
Ah,
mirror
yeah,
entity. It's now both of them out. Town Creeper's better to give over than for Torton, probably.
Ah, yeah,
Less
of
stuff to
course.
have to bust through.
Yeah, yeah. Don't know why I was thinking explosive then. Rip.
Hmm.
Well, this is probably a little bit frustrating for Zeph right now, having that target so low, being so close to victory. Gonna have to put in a bit more work than the turn 3 10-10 to get through this wall.
Time runs out on me.
I'm always so
Fireball used. I want to bust through the wall. This is.
Can can you tell me the logic behind? Like, I can kind of I have a theory why. Why he didn't just fireball and ping off the 10-10 rather than going around this way?
This way secures the faster lethal to give A to Zeph less time to get in order to break through the taunts.
Right.
But of course, we have a problem now that A to Zeph always wins. If young Pyro can shadow visions into enough stuff.
Yeah.
Well, actually, double Pyro. Hold on. This is.
Ah, yeah. This is it. You're right.
This is
double
lethal.
pyro, shadow.
Single Pyro, then Shadow Visions, then the second Pyro, play the Shadow Vision spell, that gets the target down to 2.
Oh.
This is lethal, but the question is, does A to Zephyr see it?
Oh no.
20 seconds to play.
I don't.
Single Pyro,
No.
double Pyro, that's not right.
No,
Can't be
no,
double Pyro, that's
no.
not enough. Double Pyro's gonna kill each other.
Oh no. Although the
Let's
silence.
master spell though.
Oh,
It's
no.
lethal. Still lethal.
It is still lethal. Oh, Blitz.
Blessed by the RNG. This is
RNG.
lethal. RNG comes into play the day, and A to Zephyr wins.
Yes.
First sweep in the grand final.
Amazing. You heard it here first, folks. RNG is the way to go. So, yeah, that's it. A to Zephyr is crowned champion of Neri's Saturday Showdown number 2, with Blitz giving a real good run for the money. So, yeah, that's it for this one. The next one will be in a fortnight's time, and we'll be going back to standard, no crazy rules. So, yeah, if you're not in the Discord already, get in there, because that's where I'll be putting the sign up link, because, you know, first dibs for the community. But yeah, thank you so much, Coffee, for coming along and casting that. I know it was obviously a bit of a grueling grind towards the end there, especially when you were doing like 98% of the actual casting. So thanks heaps. And yeah,